Hello, hello. Beaming in to you, Jamieson-Folland here, beaming in from the very balmy Bahamas. So we have had some pretty windy days, and these last 2 days have been extremely settled. So by the time you'll be receiving this, I will actually have just left the Bahamas, I think, by around then. Nevertheless, right now, this is where I am. So, tuning in. It's absolutely stunning today, and the sky is bluer than my shirt. It's magnificent. So, my question to you today, pot pickers, is are you DTRT when it comes to your freedom? So, what am I talking about? What is this DTRT? Well, it's a pretty catchy one, I thought, and a great way to, for me, trigger trigger the pattern, the habits that need to be there for me to be actually creating the results that I desire in many areas of my life. So DTRT, let me let me finally let you in on it. It stands for doing the right thing. The DTRT, so doing the right thing. And for me, this is really key in so many areas of my life when it comes to following through with my values. So those being my spiritual connection, my health, my relationships, and am I doing that? It's a really powerful question for me to ask myself in all areas of my life. Contribution, authenticity. It's am I doing the right thing? And what I particularly like about this concept is that at the end of the day, pretty much we know what it is that we need to be doing. We don't necessarily need someone else telling us what it is that the right thing is that we need to be doing in that area. You know, when it comes to, say, for example, getting healthy, we know that we need to move our bodies, or keeping healthy, moving our bodies, making wise choices when it comes to what we put in our mouths, the way that we think, the kind of relationships that we experience. And something that I've been really loving diving into, which is a concept called primary foods. So these are the ways that we nurture ourselves and nutrient ourselves beyond what we put in our mouths. So I've been learning about that through the integrative nutrition course, which I've been thoroughly enjoying. And by the time I'm recording this a little ahead of time to make sure that while this thought is ripe in my mind, I want to share it with you. And so I will have galloped ahead a few more weeks, I trust, by then. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Only week 8 at the moment, but by the time you get this, I will have had another few weeks under my belt. I'm really enjoying it, and there's so much information. And this has been, again, a reiteration of DTRT. Particularly today, this week, thought for you is around DTRT. Are you DTRT? Or are we DTRT around the freedom aspect of our lives? And when I'm talking about freedom, one of the things that comes up so much for so many people I come across, including many of my clients, is that a big source of stress in our lives, and it certainly has been for me, are finances. So getting our finances in order, getting them where they need to be so that we can be living a balanced life, and one that we embrace and fully savor. You know, and moving from a place that I used to be, which is basically being a slave to money, as one friend put it recently, to actually money serving me. And one thing I'm really excited about is something called the Millionaire Academy, that is a project that I'm working on with Chris, my hubby. And his background, for those of you who don't know him, he's a businessman, pretty sharp and savvy in this area, lots of years of experience, starting out as a lawyer, then full-time property investor, business consultant, share trader, and so much experience that he's now sharing with regular updates, especially when it comes to this area, getting our finances in order and DTRT, and so jazzed to be sharing that with you through this Millionaire Academy. So stay tuned. And watch out, if you haven't seen them already, watch out for the updates that we'll be sharing on through Facebook, through our site, through Instagram, etc., Pinterest, videos from him. So this is where you get to download some of the keys to really creating the freedom that you desire, or we desire, in our lives. for each of us. So, on that note, looking forward to seeing you on this week's Alive with Fee. I always do. I love having you all to myself. And in the meantime, your thoughts and insights, keep them coming. I love hearing from you. Keep sharing your sunshine, and ciao for now.